Hey guys, it's Doona here. So today I'm going to break down Chaturanga Dandasana, also known as high to mid plank. You're going to see a lot of Chaturangas in your Vinyasa power yoga classes. It's a very popular sequence transition to help you get to the top of your mat, back to downward facing dog, and vice versa. Okay, so you will need a strap. So if you want to grab your strap right now and make a loop and make sure it fits around your triceps and make sure it's wide enough, so about shoulder width apart. Okay, so just like this. So you're going to need that in just a little bit. You could go ahead and set that to the top of your mat. And then before I break down the different levels and the different variations of Chaturanga, I'm going to show you the full version of it, okay? So from the top of your mat, when you're in your forward folds, there's going to be an inhale for halfway lift, hands on top of your shin bones, lift your chest to lengthen your spine. And then as you exhale, high to mid plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. And without explaining it to you, I'll just go ahead and show you really quick. Then inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So right there is your Chaturanga Dandasana. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you for the layer 1. Okay, so again, starting at the top of your mat in your forward fold, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Plant your hands shoulder width apart. Spread your fingers out wide. Walk your feet back into high plank. Keep your wrist underneath your shoulders. Round through your upper back, so lift your chest away from your thumbs. Spread your shoulder blades apart. Then lengthen your tailbone towards the backs of your heels. Keep your core engaged. Firm up through your quads. On your inhale, shift forward. Come high onto your tippy toes. Shoulders past your wrist. Exhale, mid plank. Keep your elbows to your side. Lower down halfway. Keep your elbows to about a 90-degree angle. Belly in, core is strong. Then as you inhale, upward facing dog, uncurl your toes, lift your chest to straighten your arms. Always put a micro bend in your elbows. Lift your thighs, roll your inner thighs up, and slightly engage your core to protect your lower back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Uncurl your toes again, curl your toes, lift your hips up high, lengthen your spine, slightly push your chest back towards your thighs. Option to bend your knees here. Try to lift your toes, try to ground down through your heels. Good. So now if you're completely brand new to yoga, I'm going to show you three different modifications, okay? So from your forward folds, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid plank. Same action, plant your hands, walk your feet back. Now layer 2, drop to your knees, shift forward, lower down, mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Remember to lift your hips, lift your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now layer 3, again, starting from the top of your mat in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to mid plank. Walk your feet back. This time, again, drop to your knees, shift forward, lower down all the way onto your belly. Inhale, cobra pose. If you're going to drop down to your belly, just lift your chest, keep your palms grounded, pull your heart forward, lift your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high. Layer 4. Starting from the top of your mat again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So this time you're going to actually skip your mid plank. Just hold in your high plank on your inhale. Then exhale straight to downward facing dog. So you're going to skip your mid plank to upward facing dog. All right, so when you're in your vinyasa or power yoga classes and you're brand new to yoga, I would highly recommend dropping to your knees or just skipping your high to mid plank push-up and your upward facing dog completely so that you could build the strength in your high plank. And as you gradually start to get stronger and stronger, you could drop to your knees, take your push-up, okay? So that's a lot of strength in your upper body, your shoulders, arms, core. It's a full body workout here. Now, if you're learning to take your mid plank, we call this our yogi push-up, basically. So you're going to grab your strap, hook it around your tricep, and this is going to help you really stabilize. Okay, so in your own free time, if you're building strength in your Chaturanga Dandasana, I would highly recommend starting from tabletop, then walk your knees slightly back, and do this a few times. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down mid-plank. Go ahead and straighten your arms. You could lean back, take a break, and do that as many times as you need. You're going to feel your core engage, stabilizing through your shoulders. You're going to feel it in your arms. Then the more and more you practice these, the more and more strength you'll build. And then once you're comfortable with your knees lifted, you could do the same thing in your high plank, practicing your yogi push-up here. You always want to shift forward so that when you lower down, your wrists are underneath your elbows. Go ahead and push back up. You could go ahead and take a break. And then do this a few times to really build strength. And if it's still challenging for you to push up, you could just go ahead and lower down, drop to your knees. All right, so that's one drill for you guys to do at home with a strap. Another drill to help you really build strength for your Chaturanga Dandasana is, again, holding in your high plank. So I'm going to go ahead and break down high plank again because a lot of times you'll see this in your high plank. So make sure your core is engaged, you're not dropping your hips, or you're not spiking your hips too high, okay? So you want to always keep your hips in line with your shoulders, all the way down towards your heel. So it's one straight line of energy here. So you want to really hug the belly, hug the navel in, keep the tailbone tucked so you're not arching. Keep it tucked. And slightly rounding through the upper back so you're not dumping your chest down. Okay, so you could hold here as long as you need, or you could hold in your high plank with knees down. And same action, pushing the floor away. Straighten your arms. Always micro bend your elbows. Lift your chest away from your thumbs. And then right there, you're going to feel all the engagement through your upper back, your arms, and your shoulders. And that's going to really help you build this strength for your Chaturanga. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this all together. We're going to meet at the top of your mat in a forward fold. We'll do this 2 times together, so pick your variation, okay? So layer 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right, so coming in your forward fold, always hinge from your hips. Option to bend your knees. Let's take a breath in here. And then exhale, let it go. Good, then on your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to mid plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. On or off your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra if you dropped all the way down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember, each movement has its own breath, okay? So don't just rush through them. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's reset. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Remember, you could always hold in your high plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome job, you guys. Hope you enjoyed my Chaturanga tutorial. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedbacks, please leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Namaste.